Ladies and gentlemen, we just can't have nice things in the world. It's not possible in today's age to actually be excited for something unless the internet tells you not to be excited. We cannot be excited for movies like the Fantastic Four. If you're excited for Fantastic Four, then you're not excited for Superman because God knows you can't be excited for both. And you have to pick and choose either Marvel or DC. Well, I choose both, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about this stuff going on right now about Sue Storm possibly becoming the leader of the Fantastic Four. So this is over on Twitter, and it says Sue Storm will officially be the leader of the Fantastic Four. Can anybody guess what the first comment in this post is going to be? Can anybody guess? Well, I'm going to show you what the post is. So we scroll down a little bit and woke. Oh, this is why we can't have good things, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we can't have good things. So I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. Not a lot of people are. I mean, this is the fourth attempt to do a Fantastic Four franchise. I actually will stand on the hill that I did not mind the old Jessica Alba, Chris Evans Fantastic Four movies. I thought they were fine for the time. Like those movies back then, comic book movies weren't all that great. Like it had that 2000s formula for real. But I enjoy those movies for what they are. I haven't seen them in a while. I might go back and catch up on them. We all know the tragedy of the Fan Four Stick, but I was really looking forward to this. I'm still really looking forward to this movie. I like the cast. I also, I'm aware of the criticism of Pedro Pascal being everywhere. Doesn't mean the dude's not a phenomenal actor. He's just everywhere, and it does get kind of annoying. But like I was discussing with my friends, certain actors, they go their whole careers, they're not noticed, and then like overnight you just see them in everything. And then like 5 years, 6 years from now, they'll disappear and go, whatever happened to that actor or actress? I feel like that's what's going on with Pedro Pascal. This dude used to be on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series. He was like nobody. And then like a few years ago, this dude just blew up the scene and he was in everything. Like Game of Thrones changed this dude's life. The Red Viper changed his career. And now he's in everything. But anyway, Vanessa Kirby as the leader of Fantastic Four. What's my thoughts on it? Look, I think this is a whole lot of nothing, to be honest with you. I don't see a problem with this. I made the joke the other day that, Reed is the one that put them all in space and got all these people mutated with powers and stuff. That guy should not be the leader of the Fantastic Four. Okay, the guy that literally caused this disaster should not be the leader of the Fantastic Four. But full disclosure, no jokes, I don't see a problem with this. Unless the only way I would have a problem with this is if in the movie she like stands up and goes, I am the leader of the Fantastic Four. I am woman, hear me roar. Like if they like come out and do that. But I think this is going to be like one of the things where she's just going to have like a motherly role, right? Like the Fantastic Four is her family. People don't know this. Yes, the father in a lot of cases, especially in the early days, not so much now. Now it's sort of like a two-family income and all this stuff, or two-income family. But back in like before the 80s, like I would say from the dawn or whatever to the like 80s, for the most part, it was the men in the household working and bringing home the income and providing for the family. And the wife, the mother, was the caretaker, taking care of the family, making sure the house is good, making sure dinner's cooked and all that stuff. But really, she was the leader of the home. She was the leader of the family. The father was a provider, but the wife, man, like she was like the pulse. She kept things ticking. And I feel like that's sort of the dynamic they're gonna go with, where Sue Storm, she's the lifeline of this family. Like, she's the one that's going to keep it together. Reed's over here worrying about, oh, man, I turned Ben into a rock. Sue's pregnant. We've got Galactus coming. I feel like she's the glue that's just going to be, like, keeping this thing together. And I don't think it's going to be so much of a, like, I'm the leader, do what I say. It's more of, like, she's going to lead by example. That's what I think, right? Some of the best leaders, like, you guys ever went to a job and you have certain people, like, they're not managers, but they lead by example. They might not have that manager role, But man, they are better than managers. They're there every single day. They're there on holidays. They're there when they're sick. Like they're busting out their job. They're like leading by example. You hear that all the time in the sports world. Like leaders of the locker room, leaders like on the field, on the court, leading by example. And I think that's what Sue's going to be. Not so much she's going to stand up and go, hey, I am the leader of the Fantastic Four. I am woman. Hear me roar, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's going to be like that. She's going to be the leader, but she's going to be leading by example. She's going to keep Johnny's head cool. She's going to make the thing feel better about his tragedy. And Reed is going to be overthinking everything. And we don't like, she's going to be the calm, cool, collective person in the movie. And she's going to be leading by example. And I don't see a problem with that at all. To me, I think that's like a no-brainer. Sue Storm in the comics was completely different than the way she was interpreted in these movies. Because even if you go back and look at the Jessica Alba movie and Kate Mara movie, like Sue Storm is much different than she was in the comic. In the comic, like Fantastic Four, I believe, came out in the late 50s. Like it was completely different. The women's role in the household was completely different. Like Reed in the comic had no problem like just putting down Sue, going, "Listen here, woman, I'm the man." Like it was just a completely different time, and you can't really have that. I don't have a problem with Reed not being the quote-unquote leader. There might not even be a quote-unquote leader in this movie. It might be like, for the most part, they're just a family. Like never once did I go, man, is my dad the leader of my family? No, I never saw that. It's like, okay, my dad, he's going out at work. He's busting his ass, working like 60, 70 hours a week, no days off, providing for the family of 5. My mom is taking care of the house, making sure the kids are going to school, making sure we're doing our homework, everything. Like there's different roles inside the family. Fantastic Four is a family film, right? Like it's a family. This is Marvel's first family. So I don't really think there's going to be leaders, quote unquote leaders. I just think that everybody will have their role, and I think there's going to be a lot of chaos. And most time, people will tell you this in relationships and stuff. I know it's true with my wife. Like when I'm freaking out and I'm stressed out about something, she's the one that calms me down and says, "Look, everything's going to be okay. Just chillax a little bit." And I feel like that's what's going to happen with Sue. She's going to be the calm, cool, collective person. She's going to be leading by example. I don't see the problem with this. I don't know why people are losing their damn shit about this. But I don't know. Again, I'm looking forward to the movie. I don't get caught up in the whole, woke crap, blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, if I'm looking forward to a movie, I'm going to go see a movie. I don't care who the hell the leader is. I really don't. I don't care if they make that stupid robot that's cooking their food the leader. I do not care. I just want to see the movie. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it, guys. How do you feel about this whole leader situation with Sue Storm? Are you going to be going to see the movie? Or are you going to not see the movie? You're going to wait for Disney Plus? That seems to be what a lot of people are doing now with these MCU movies. We're just going to wait for Disney Plus. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I'm really looking forward to it. But leave your comments. And please, as always, hit that subscribe button. Later, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.